Hello and welcome to Shave&Butcher. At the beginning of each video I usually tell you a joke. This time I was going to tell you a joke about time traveling, but you didn't think it was funny. So we'll shave instead, and today I'll shave with Mystic Water soap. Sandalwood Rose. I want to redeem myself because I used this recently and I completely messed up the lather, and I know that's not the fault of the soap because I've had a lot of good soap shaves with this soap, so it was me. I wasn't focused. We'll do it right this time. The razor will again be the Feather Artist Club DX. I wanted to shave with an SSA razor, the Swedish steel razor made in Eskilstuna, Sweden, because I watched Frank from Wet Shaving and Stuff use it today, but I couldn't find it. It is somewhere and I will find it some other time. The brush is the lovely boar brush made by Grey Dog out of maple. So we're going to try and lather up, and I should be concentrating a bit, I guess. I don't know what I did wrong. Too much water, I think. You can kill a lot of soaps with too much water, or the moisture content was too high. Because if you have enough soap, there is no such thing as too much water. Right, so we'll do boar this time. Boar brush. I love this thing. I love both my Grey Dog brushes. He made a good comment on the previous video. He said something, and I'll ruin it as usual. Sorry, Grey Dog. Something like, a shave is like a song. When you get all the instruments in tune and in perfect harmony, you get a good song, and you also get a good shave when your stuff is in tune and they're playing well together. Of course, it does help if the conductor, is it conductor? English is not my first language, you know. So yeah, if he's on good form, it certainly helps. So we have enough soap, that's for sure. And it's a good soap and a good brush. So the good lather is ours to lose, if you know what I mean. So this is my only boar brush, and I really dig it. It's very soft. It became broken in, so I know a lot of you told me at some point I need to get a new boar brush to go through the experience, the pain of breaking it in. But it's here, and it is what it is. Can't do much about it. A little bit of aggression, not too much. The scent on this is quite lovely. It's an old soap. I don't know how old it is. I got it from Stefan Idlund, my soap guru. So it's been around for a while. So I don't know if there is a new soap base for it, but I know Stefan holds this soap, or Mystic Water soaps, in very high regard. I think the lady who makes them has been making soaps for quite some time. So it's one of the oldies and goldies. So I usually don't mess around too much with the leather. I don't want it too thick or with too much volume. It's just makes it in the way if you use a straight razor or a shavette. But it has to be, pretty perfectly hydrated in order to be slick enough to feel good on the skin, but not too hydrated so that it dissipates. Okay. Super professional blades and the feather, and here we go. I've been shaved for 2 days, so I need it. I've got a business trip tomorrow, so we're starting to be allowed to do that. If we can't travel anywhere really, but I actually am leaving the country, going into Denmark tomorrow, where Swedes were not welcome for a long time, but we are now under several circumstances. Yeah. I think we got it pretty right this time. It's a lovely soap. My silly leather test. Yeah, comes off. So it has that yogurty nice consistency. So yeah, so I'm alone in the in my cabin, or in our cabin. Wife has to go to work where our house is tomorrow, so she left and the kids left. And you know, I do quite a bit of traveling usually. Travel almost every week somewhere. And I've done that for more than 20 years. So now, since the beginning of March, because I went to the north of Italy when all hell broke loose there, I was quarantined and I've been working from home since the last days of February actually. So going on business trips is quite exciting. It doesn't matter if it's far or what it is, it's just interesting again. But I find I've been out without my wife and son now. My daughter lives by herself. She moved out. But I've been without them for a few hours, and it's, you know, I've been with them every day apart from maybe 3 or 4 days since the end of February. And you'd think it'd be only nice to get a bit of alone time. Because, you know, I get a few hours here and there and then it's nice. But I actually miss them. How crazy is that? It's an interesting test of a relationship, that's for sure, and the test is going very well. Because, you know, my wife and I have always said that, you know, because there are certain things it's hard for us to do together, such as hanging up wallpapers. So either I do that or she does it alone. So we've always said, you know, we could never have a company together or actually work together every day. And maybe we still can't, but we sure enjoy hanging out every day. So, interesting. You learn a lot of things about yourself in extreme situations like this. And I was watching IMCBD's video on YouTube where he interviews the couple that run Sterling Soap Company, who make shaving soaps and a few other things. And they are husband and wife, and they run the company together. And you know, there's such a hype around Sterling amongst, or not a hype because that's the wrong word, but there are several wet shavers, including people on YouTube, who swear by Sterling. It's the greatest company, soap company there is, you know. And I have a Sterling soap that my son uses it quite a lot. He likes it. I have Sharp Dressed Man, and I really like the scent of it. But shaving with it, I've always felt, well, it's fine. I enjoy most shaving soaps, actually. It's rare that I am annoyed with the soap. If you've been watching me for a while, there is one vintage or old American soap you can pick up for $2, which I'm not a huge fan of. Apart from that, I'm really not very fussy. But I haven't understood the hype around Sterling. Watching and listening to the interview makes me understand more. Because obviously it's a good soap, it's very good value. Not super cheap, but it's the price per ounce is quite low. The price per shave is about 10 cents. I studied this with the Swedish wet shaving community the last few days. You know, what's the cost of a shave in terms of shaving soap? And it depends on the cost of the soap, obviously. So with Arco, you pay about 4 cents per shave. Someone said. It depends on how much soap you use, obviously. And then with a fancy, more expensive soap, you're at 20 cents, dollar, euro, whatever. So Sterling is not as expensive as the expensive soaps, but certainly not as cheap as an Arco. Then again, Arco is not a very good soap. It shaves fine, but in my opinion, so I'd say Sterling is about 10 cents per shave. That's pretty good. Listening to the lovely people behind Sterling Soap Company. I'm gonna use the soap I have for sure. Because of wow, such good business ethics. Amazing in terms of what's important in terms of customer service, in terms of listening to customers and caring and making changes if changes are due. Very impressive. They've been around for a long time and successful for a long time, which tells you something, eh? So that's what we're doing. So sometime soon there's going to be a Sterling shave, and it's interesting. With artisan type companies, it should matter a bit at least who the people are behind the company and what their business philosophy is and how they follow through on that. That's what I think anyway. Okay. Oh, the raffle for raising money for Michael J. Fox Foundation to find a cure against Parkinson. The deadline has passed. I've confused you about the deadline, sorry. But now it's time to pay, guys and gals. And several of you have, not everybody. So go to the Shave&Butcher fundraiser raffle Facebook group where you entered and have a look at the instructions, and please pay so we can do the winners. Also, there will be a third raffle. So if you are interested in participating, stay in the Facebook group or join it if you're not a member. If you want to donate a prize, please consider. It doesn't have to be fancy, but the more prizes there are, the more fun it is, and the more spots we sell, which means we'd be a little bit closer to finding a cure against Parkinson's disease, which is important because there are millions of people who suffer from Parkinson's, and there should be a cure, and there can be a cure, I'm pretty sure. But it requires a lot of research, which requires money. Yeah, very good, very good. So we had 9 prizes this time. I think we had 5 on the first one. And I am so grateful to all of you who purchased tickets, just donated money and or donated prizes. So thank you ever so much. And it's not all for charity. It's actually a pretty decent raffle where you can win stuff. And if you don't like raffles, okay. You can buy 1 spot or 2, all in the next one. If you do like them, you can do like Marion the Barbarian and buy 1 ticket for everybody. There we go. Got myself there. I got myself really badly just before, because I was shaving my head. I usually do that before the face shave. I put on a moisturizing lotion to condition the skin for the shave, and that's shaving the head is 10 minutes, and that's pretty good timing. But I cut myself, so I was expecting to see blood coming down here, because it was coming down here before, and I don't know if you can still see it. And I cut myself with this damn thing, with a cartridge, with a head blade. I didn't think that was possible, but it sure is. So it's going to take a bit of time before that heals up. Okay, I'm going to rinse, and I'll be back with closing arguments. And the closing argument is 1952. It will be only Thayers. Thanks, John. Only Thayers today. Maybe something else on the head. We'll see. We'll have to treat that. It's almost stitches bad. Silly me. But we managed reasonably well with the Feather Artist Club DX. It was the Grey Dog boar in maple, and it was this one, which I did reasonably okay. I think I survived. It wasn't a thick lather, but it was very good to shave with. It smells terrific. Old school, oldie but goldie. Try them out if you haven't. I don't see a lot of people using them very often, but they're good soaps. Thanks for watching. See you soon and stay sharp.